Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CNT podcast. My name is Tommy Terrio, and I got a full cast of characters up in here today. All right, let's go through the list. As always, Justin's here with us. We got Trevor Butler. He's been on, what is it, this third time now?
Yeah,
I think. And now we got our guest of honor, Jaxsen Sweum. Okay, I got this. So Jaxsen is a senior this year at Whitworth University. Okay, I got this. So Trevor was nice enough to hook us up with this interview, so we gotta shout him out for that. But yeah, Jaxsen, yeah, thank you for coming on. I wish I had more to say. Award winning, you've done a bunch of stuff, all Northwest Conference. I mean, you've done a bunch of different things. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to get into it with you guys.
Like Tommy said, thanks for coming on. We always love doing interviews. So I'm going to hop in with our first question, which is when and how did you fall in love with baseball?
Good question. It took a little bit of time. Let me be honest. So T-ball and Little League, I mean, those were fun, but I was on some pretty awful teams, pretty rotten. And so we didn't win a lot of ball games, but just like being around the people, the guys that I was playing with, that was definitely the most fun. The tomfoolery that occurred was basically when I said, you know what, I really like baseball. And then I think once I started playing some select ball, my 13U year, or 12, I think I was 12 and I was playing, that was probably when, because it was a little bit higher competition level, but yeah. And then just playing ever since.
Super cool. I grew up and my parents had me play baseball and I've just always loved it.
Yeah, I have a cousin that played in the majors for a little bit, Travis Snyder, Jackson High School alumni. And just being around the game like that too, just to see his journey, that also made me fall in love with it, just to see someone else's success and, someone from a hometown make it, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know you, it talks about in your bio on Whitworth, says he's your admired athlete, but I didn't realize he was your cousin. I think that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, not first cousin, the second cousin, I believe that's official title, but
as long as it's not, he's like second cousin, 27 times removed, my mom's cousins, uncles. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, exactly.
So my first question for you is, so you gotten to an amazing point that, most of us, wouldn't have gotten to. So who's helped you in your journey to get through baseball, getting through baseball and where you are now?
I would have to say for the most part, let me just list them off. So I'm a Christian and God is definitely working. I give him all the glory. There's no way that I'd be able to make it to this point without him. And then I'd say my dad is another one, just being able to, coach me up and be my personal, all-time hitting instructor, whether I like it or not. Just teaching me about life, about the game. Kurt Nelson, he's another guy that probably I respect a lot. He's been my hitting coach for forever. And he and my cousin Travis, they played together. And there's a bunch of other people too, but I'd say that I'd say those were the people that I leaned on the most when I was coming up through the ranks.
So I think you kind of already answered this question a little bit by talking about guys like Travis Snyder, but who, growing up 7, 8 years old, who was your idol? Who were your favorite players? Who did you look up to?
I was a pretty stupid kid. I didn't really know a lot of MLB guys. I knew the Mariners, and I'm kind of in the same boat. Like I know the Mariners, and I know some other big guys from big teams, but I think back then it was probably I think I had a picture of Mike Cameron on the wall. I also was a big fan of like Felix and Ichiro and all those guys, but you know, when Mike Trout entered the game, big fan of him. But I'd say if we're talking about a guy that isn't necessarily right now, Tony Gwynn. I'm a big Tony Gwynn fan. The hitting machine just doesn't look like he should be a guy that hits the ball, but he does. He gets on base.
He does. Tony Gwynn was a great player.
Wait, Justin, before you get in your next question, though, I just want to say I love the fact that he's just willing to admit, I was a stupid kid. I was focused just on this. I love that.
That was funny.
Awesome.
So, who do you think your game resembles the most? Like how you play the game, who do you think that translates to the most?
This is probably where you guys are gonna. Here, how about this? I'm gonna explain my play, the way I do things, and then y'all throw out some names that it reminds you of. So
back up. Oh no.
Yeah, no. Yeah, well, I mean, y'all know the ball players way better than I do. So, and I'll say, oh no, it's definitely that guy. But okay. My life, I've been a mid 300 hitter. I've definitely been like hitting was my strong suit. Hit for power, high slugging, doubles, home runs. Not a fast guy. Didn't steal a lot of bases. Defense, had a decent arm, but didn't really show out a lot with speed in the outfield and tracking down balls, making great plays. Just kind of there. Like really, it was my bat that propelled me into what, you know, the ball player that I am now. So any guys like that, you know, power hitting guys that come to mind, but also like they get walked quite a bit, and you know, it's I wouldn't say. I take pride in not striking out. That's one thing I've done over my career that's one thing I've done well over my career, I think, is just seeing good pitches, not striking out, letting the defense make the outs just with the way that I hit it, not letting a pitcher beat me. So yeah, I don't know. Let each one of y'all throw out a name. I'm curious.
Well, mine's gonna be a bit biased, but hearing not striking out a ton, having a high on base percentage with power. So far, Seiya Suzuki's been doing that. And he's not who I would originally pick, but from what you described, he's been on my mind just because he's a rookie this year on my favorite team and killing it. And he's doing exactly what you say you do. So he's probably not the player I would choose, but he's the first player who comes to mind for me.
Mm-hmm. Is he hitting for power a lot too? Like
yeah, I believe he's in the top 5 for home runs. I think he has 3 as of now.
Oh my gosh, way to go. That dude's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his.
I'll
let you go next, Tommy.
Okay, so the first person that came to mind was actually a young Miguel Cabrera. Like before he became, you know, like the more contact guy that he became like in Detroit. But I'm talking like Florida Marlins early left field Miguel Cabrera. It was power. You have a decent arm. He's a bit taller than you are, but yeah, that's just the first thing that came to mind.
I think kind of like Justin, I'm a little bit biased here, but the hitting for power, the okay to pretty good in the field, but mostly known for hitting for power, kind of sounds a lot like my boy Yordan Alvarez, my favorite slugger in the MLB. Love that guy. Yeah.
Really?
Nukes. He hits it hard. The only problem is
you guys need to branch out a little bit. I went with somebody from the Marlins in the 2000s.
I said that I would probably not pick Seiya Suzuki, but he's the first player who came to mind.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to think of a guy with like a low strikeout rate who also just crushes the ball. But
also, I'm pretty sure Suzuki's only striking out like 5 times.
Suzuki's also only played like 20 games.
Oh yeah.
That's still pretty dang impressive
Yeah.
seeing how so many other dudes like strike out a lot. Like Julio has as many strikeouts as that guy has hits, probably, or probably more, you know?
Yeah.
But all right, I'd have to say, I'd have to go with the Miggy. That makes the most sense. Just like career wise, yeah, you know, there's your applause. But and also, I mean, he just got his 3,000 hit. Like, you know, that's pretty sick too. I'd love to be paired in with that guy. But yeah, that makes sense. I could definitely see that fitting. Nelson Cruz, if you want to know like the type of swing, it's a Nelson Cruz type of swing, just the way that it goes. But yeah, yeah, very good. I like that question. I like that question a lot.
So you've hit what? Let's see. Let's go. Let's do a little bit of research here,
Wait,
gentlemen.
Are you gonna say the average?
I can. Do you not want me to? Like, what do you?
Yeah, don't. If that's okay, I guess I'm a little bit what is it? Superstitious about that? Not really superstitious. I just hate hearing the numbers. So let me do this. You
Okay.
put your hand up when you're gonna say it, and then put it down when you don't say it. I'm covering my ears right now. All right. I know it's okay. But yeah, that's the only stat I don't care about. All right.
Wait. To clarify, you want me
Yep.
to put my hand? Okay. So for those listening, his batting average is 330.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
And you don't care about home runs or anything else. You don't like.
No,
You're fine
that's
to read
fine.
those off.
That's
So
actually, you know what? Let's have you. I'll just hear it. Let's hear it. What am I
You
hitting?
want to hear the batting average?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
You're hitting 330. How come you don't want to hear that?
Because it's the exact number, man. I don't want to. I don't
Okay,
know.
I mean that makes sense. Yeah,
That's okay.
11 home runs, 20 walks. You've been struck out 27 times, which is not bad considering you played you started all 32 games. So
I
well
struck
done.
out a lot this year. This was the year that I think I struck out the most in a season, like in my career ever. But I was also just trying to hit nukes. I didn't really. The season was going to crap.
Yeah.
What did you?
Last year,
How many homers did he hit this year?
11.
Okay, I'm looking at the stats for the last question about what kind of player kind of resembles you, and I actually just watched a YouTube video about this about the like the 2014-2015 Kansas City Royals, and looking at his stats with the I don't know, maybe 15-ish home runs a year, but gets on base a lot. I'm thinking Alex Gordon too.
I like Alex Gordon.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah. Is that a Foolish Baseball?
Oh yeah. The Royal Ball video. I love Foolish Baseball.
I need to watch that video. That's a good.
It's a
You haven't seen that video yet.
It's a good one.
Okay. So the question I was trying to get to before we delved into stats was like what got you to Whitworth? Like what got you out there?
Yeah, it's definitely like a smaller school. It's a private university, and it's D3. And D3 does not give out academic or athletic scholarships. So I got no money to play ball here at Whitworth for my athletic ability, which sucks because this school is really expensive. So essentially, obviously I'd have to love playing ball, you know, but my junior year of high school, I tore my ACL playing football. And the summer in between your junior and senior year for baseball, that's like the year that people get recruited in. That's prime picking. So I was basically out until July-ish. And I couldn't even really like get to plan to the same ability that I did beforehand. And so I lost my opportunity, or I missed my shot to go get picked up by the schools that I wanted to go play at, like GCU, UW, you know, WSU, those places, you know, the big D ones that everyone has their eyes set on. And so I was kind of out of luck. So what happened was at a Washington State tournament. I went and I just played a couple games out there, did okay. And the Whitworth scout, Ryan Cooney, he came up to me and said, "Hey, we want to see you at one of our Whitworth baseball camps." I'm like, "I've never heard of this place before." One of my teammates' older brothers went there and he played ball. So he said, "Yeah, I'll take you out and we'll show you what it is on like a visit." And so I went to the camp, and this was right before senior year started for me. And I kind of showed out a little bit. Played some really good ball, hit some really good BP. I remember their starting shortstop, who is now in AAA, or not AAA, but he's in the minor league system for, the Rockies. Joel Condre. He's a pitcher now, because of course, shortstop to pitcher conversion. I would say he was throwing BP, working the camp, and I hit this ball, and he kind of like looks over at me, blinks, looks over. The head coach is like, "Whoa!" And I'm like, "Did I really hit it that far?" I didn't even see where the ball went. But they offered me there on the spot. They said, "Hey, we want you to come play ball here," and I said, "Okay, I'd like a recruitment visit." So, or not a recruitment visit. I'd like to just visit. And so I go in and I visit, and it was the best time. It was like, these are the guys that I want to spend my 4 years with. The baseball part was baseball. Like, it didn't matter what was going to happen on the field. These are the guys that I want to spend my life with, that I know that they're going to be sitting or standing next to me at my wedding someday. You know what I mean? And so I'd say, like, even when you are, it was a community. Even when you are like picking colleges or something like that, or picking your trade, after high school, like that's what's important. Not necessarily like what you're studying. Who cares? I mean, it is important. Don't get me wrong. I'm almost done with my degree. I shouldn't be saying, who cares, but
What are you studying then?
I'm doing secondary education and mathematics. I want to come back and teach high school, coach, and just give back to the community, give back to the game. But that's how I landed at Whitworth. It was just awesome. It was the only place that offered me. It was that and George Fox. And I had a visit at George Fox, but I didn't do a camp there. And I just loved Whitworth way more. So yeah, that's basically it. The guys sold it to me.
For those of you curious, Joel Condrier is a member of the
I pulled this stuff up too, Tommy.
Is a member of the Fresno Grizzlies. Fun fact, teammate of former CNT interviewee Zach Kokoska. So fun bit of trivia for you there.
That's cool.
I have a little more. Joel, like Tommy said, with the Fresno Grizzlies, the senior A affiliate of the Rockies, has appeared in 6 games this year, is 2-0 and with a 0 ERA.
Damn.
As of now, through 6 games. So he's off to a hot start. As I believe the Fresno Grizzlies are. I know on the opening days, Zach Costas hit a walk-off. So I'm pretty sure they're off to a good start.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Joel, he was a starting shortstop at Whitworth all 4 years. I'm pretty sure he set some records. He was a first team all pick, or all Northwest Conference pick. And then he just decided to get on the bump, start throwing, and he was throwing like low 90s when he just started getting up there, because he was definitely like a foreseeable draft pick. But the guys were saying, yeah, you can only really make it as a pitcher. Your bat's not good enough. And so he just balled out the first year that he played. It was awesome. And then that winter blew out his arm. So he had to get the TJ, and basically had a gap year to get recovered. And so this is his first year coming back from the Tommy John, and he's doing pretty well. We also had another guy get drafted that year. Oh man, I'm trying to remember his name.
You're just giving us research assignments. Jeez.
No, yes, he was drafted in the 6th round by the Detroit Tigers. I'm trying to Hugh Smith. This guy this guy is crazy. I just want to let you know a little bit about him. He came in to Whitworth as a freshman, 6'2", 180, just a stick. Like, was probably pumping low eights. When his junior year hit, so 2 years, he was at 6'8", 6'9", throwing low 90s as a junior in college. So he also got drafted the same year that Joel Condrey did. Little tidbit of info for you guys.
So
High A West. High A West, Michigan.
I can't see this year's stats of him.
Yeah, he hasn't played a lot. When they drafted him, he was I think that he was nursing an injury, and they've just continued to baby him for the last couple of years. Like, I don't know if he's getting re-injured, but he's a good ball player when he's healthy.
I do see that he's in high A, and his whole career he has a 3.63 ERA. But I can't find his this year's stats, so he might not have appeared yet.
Yeah, probably not.
All right, so I gotta ask first about what you had said about your what do you want to get a degree in mathematics? Am I hearing future Glacier Peak High School baseball coach, Jaxsen Sweum?
That would be pretty cool. Obviously don't know where I'm gonna end up. I'm looking for jobs right now over on the west side. And to come back and coach at the place that I played ball at, that would be pretty cool. But you never know. They got a pretty good skipper right now, so it'll be hard to see when he leaves.
Yeah. And this is also another off-topic question, but if you were to come coach at GP, how cool would that be to be able to coach your younger brother?
That'd be really cool. I don't know if I'd do that well, but just to be with them and to be around the game that close and be able to give some advice here and there and manage a ball club and hopefully win games, go to a state tournament. That'd be pretty dang cool, because he's a horse that we could go on with a little bit. So yeah, it would be fun. That's all I gotta say.
I'm sure if he came back, we'd probably annihilate Jackson too.
I don't know. They're pretty hot this year.
Yeah,
so
they're pretty good this year.
We're gonna suck next year, so there's your opportunity. So
that's the move. All right. So my actual question that I had before I got off topic is, obviously earlier this year you had a 3-game stretch where you hit, 3 homers in 3 games. Yeah, shout out Whitworth FM Sports Radio for posting about that.
Shout out Luke.
But how does that feel when you're on a hot streak like that, stepping up to the plate, knowing you've just been crushing the ball?
It felt like I had to hit a ball over the fence, or like I knew that it was going to happen. I've never experienced it in that close of a stretch, but I think there was a time, so I hit a home run a game for those 3 games that weekend. The next weekend I hit 3 home runs in total in that weekend. And then the next weekend I hit 3 home runs in total in that weekend. I didn't think I had like 1 each game. I think I had 2 for 1 game and then 1 off and then 0 the next. But that was probably the best piece of hitting I've ever had happen to me in my career. Like, the ball just seems like it's big. You're able to put it over wherever you want. I like to pull the ball a little bit, and it just seemed like no matter what happened, the ball was gonna go out of the yard. But yeah, it's not always like that. I've definitely experienced like my fair share of slumps too. Like in the beginning of the season, I started off really cold. But that's the game of baseball. Like, there's highs and lows, and a lot more lows than there are highs. So, you can't get discouraged about it. Like, something good's going to come through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, baseball is definitely a game of failure. If you go 4 for 10, like if you fail over 50% of the time, but you're still one of the best players of all time if you're hitting 400.
Yeah, which is insane.
Yeah.
Or you could be like me and just hit 0.04 or 0.004.
That's possible to do.
Oh yeah.
You have to be really mad.
Well, no, I meant I hit less than that when I played. That came out mean. I meant to say that was much better than what I did.
Justin actually, for his entire baseball career, Justin hit 1,000.
No, I think I had like a total after like once I turned 10, I think from 10 until I stopped playing at 15 at 13 or 14, I had like 3 total hits. But my on base percentage was extremely good because I was a smaller kid. I was the smallest kid in the entire league. I would just get walked so often.
Yeah, same.
So my on base percentage was good, but my batting average was horrible.
Like I can't relate at the same level. My career was derailed by injuries at the wondrous age of 6. So not exactly in the best place to showboat, but I've been told I was a legend.
He was a prodigy.
batted 1,000 until the injuries hit.
This
Tommy
guy was projectable. He's a projectable.
Yeah.
Tommy's like the guy from the movie Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Projected 2024 first round pick out of high school.
Yeah.
So my next question is, why do you wear number 35? Like, what's the significance of 35, if there is any?
Yeah, I wish I could give you a good one on this, but numbers.
The only number left.
No, I was number 7. I was number I was number 14 my first 2 years at Whitworth, just because that was the number that was left over. No need for 14. But 35, that's something I wanted to be, because the guy that played before me, his name was Tyler Bailey. He wore number 35. He was a junior when I was a freshman. So I played with him for 2 years. And then the jersey opened up. He was our third baseman, and he just raked, like, doubles, line drives, and he got on base. Which that's the guy that I wanted to be. I wanted to lead the team in that way. So yeah, I guess that's the first time in my career that I wanted that there's like a reason why I wanted to do something. It's like, oh yeah, 35, I'll be the next Tyler Bailey. And I think I hopefully made a name for myself to call 35, maybe I'll share it with them someday. So
That's cool.
Super cool. I always had to be number 1 because they would make the jerseys in the smaller size going up. But in the later years, I was able to wear number 9, which is what I always wanted.
So. My jerseys, we always actually got to pick our numbers, and I remember the second year I played, my coach was like, "Hey, you guys are getting your last names on your jersey." So I kept that jersey. I think it's over here somewhere.
Oh, he kept the jersey. Oh my goodness.
I kept some of my jerseys. Nothing wrong with keeping the jerseys.
Guess what number I wore?
27.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Too small.
Oh yeah. Starting second baseman for what would now be the Maltby Guardians. Because of the name change, yeah. Yeah, starting second baseman right here.
I was left field. Made a few diving catches in my day.
You're not gonna believe this, but in that year I played a little bit of I played a little bit of right when I was in a second. So it's 2 outs, bottom of the 7th of our semifinal game. We're up right now, and my really close friend is actually on the mound pitching, and he wouldn't have been able to pitch in our championship series if he had thrown like 2 more pitches. So he throws the pitch, and it's hit right out towards me, and I lay out and make a diving grab to send us to the championship game. That's my favorite baseball memory right there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
MVP. MVP.
How much of that is touched by the Mandela effect? Who knows?
If we're talking about glory days,
Hey, no, Justin.
we're talking glory days.
We're getting.
I got right here. You can't see it. It's a game used ball from when I played, and it says Justin Gold Glove outfield. And on the other side, April 22nd, 2017, White Sox vs. Royals. I was on the Royals. Diving catch, Gold Glove. Got the dream ball.
Let's go.
He's that guy.
Yeah, I have it up. I have it up on a ball holder in my room.
Before this
Easily my
gets excessively
best
off the
moment.
rails, I mean, I can't say we're going to keep it on the rails, but we're going to try to, give it a little bit more life. So we already saw an example of it in this interview. I mean, not wanting to hear the batting average. Like, what's some superstitions you got going on? Like, is there any like personal thing that you believe in, like you need to do? Is it Mickey Mouse waffles? Is it one color sock? What are we talking here?
I think it's not superstition for me. It's more just routine, but I really like every single time when I'm in the on deck circle, I pray and I say, Lord, allow me to give you the glory on this, no matter if it's success or failure. May I reflect who you are. And that's something I make sure of before every single at bat. And then I think like just routine stuff. Like I wear some like not the same clothes every single time. Like I wash my clothes. I'm not weird. All right. Wash your dang clothes, do your laundry. But I guess something that sucks is my socks on my right foot, they always get holes in them. And I have the ones where they say like, oh, this is the right sock and this is the left sock. And so now I just have like 2 left socks. And there's no more right socks. And I hate that. But I had to do that this season because I don't like having holes in my socks. That's not fun.
I like that. That's
well,
good.
I need one hole in my sock to get in the sock, but
Multiple
multiple
holes.
holes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to wrap my head around that one. Sorry.
You're a one hole sock kind of guy.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a multi-hole sock kind of guy myself.
You like
weird.
So you like what is it called? The leg warmers. That's your thing.
I guess that's what it is. Like the big fuzzy 80s leg warmers. Man, tomorrow's like Decades Day at school, and the sophomores of the 80s. Maybe I'll go get some.
Oh, you got it. You're a 2-hole kind of sock guy.
I got my Nolan Ryan jersey ready to go.
Nice.
But again, I also got this off of the great Whitworth FM Sports Radio Instagram account. But I believe it's a month or so ago.
Of plugs. What who are you? Who do you support? Wait a second here.
Both dual allegiances. They're my source for all my Whitworth baseball news. But a month or so ago, y'all are playing down in Oregon, and your games get delayed because of snow, and you had to move fields, I believe it was, because of the snow. So I'm wondering, what's the craziest weather you've ever actually played a game in? Like been on the field when it started pouring down rain or something?
2019, first collegiate series, actually. We were down at the College of Idaho. I believe that's in, I'm spacing on the name of the place, but it's in Idaho.
It's about half an hour out of Boise.
Yeah. Okay. Right around there. So our conference, it starts the earliest out of any conference. Okay. These are non-conference games. We usually play 3 weekends of non-conference games before we, like, against teams like Georgia, California, Texas, somewhere where it's warm, because Spokane in February, there's snow on the ground. So there's no way that we're playing games at the home field. We go down to Idaho, which was even worse than Spokane. We had 5 games against these guys. And the first game that we got in here, the temperature was on the dot 30 degrees with a wind chill, bringing it down to 18. And they said, go play 2 baseball games. So what they did is they brought in one of those heaters that are really big. And they said, the starting pitcher is going to be sitting right next to it with their hands almost in the heater. I was playing right field, and our left fielder got a ball hit to him. And as he was running back to go get the ball, he cramped up because it was so cold, and he went down. And we were like, is he dead? What happened? Did he tear his ACL? And there's just no way to get warm. Guys were layered up so much. I got my first collegiate hit there actually, but whenever the ball struck the bat, it was like your fingers are gonna shatter. Yeah, it was so bad. And the next day, or that night, we went out and we're like, all right, this is gonna suck. Let's go get ready for the games tomorrow. It starts snowing overnight. The Yotes, I think that's what they're called, the Coyotes or whatever. They were up at 5 a.m. with their trucks shoveling snow off the field. And our game was set to be at noon. And it kept on snowing. They were out until 9 o'clock, 4 hours shoveling snow off the field. And then finally our coach said, yeah, we're just going to go home now. So we didn't even play the games. We just went on back. But yeah, just like sheer cold and wind, and even it snowed a little bit there. But that was before the rules changed in the NCAA. There was actually I think at least for D3, there was no like minimum requirement for temperature. People just played when it was cold. If there was no snow on the ground but it was cold, you played. And so now there's rules saying that if it's below freezing, you can be out there for 30 minutes practicing. You can't play games, you can practice. And then you got to come back inside for a warm-up period before you go back out. And I'm like, because you have not done that a whole year earlier, because that was the worst baseball I've ever played.
Yeah. And for those of you wondering about that series, Whitworth took 2 of 3 from the College of Idaho. They won 11-0 in the series opener. And they dropped 1 7-6 in the second game, and then came back and won 7-1. And in game 1, Jaxsen had himself an RBI. Go Pirates.
Pirates. That's awesome. So, kind of following up with the collegiate game, like, how did you find out that you made the All Northwest Conference honoree and second team All Region?
What year was that?
I don't have the year written down, but just like when you won, though, was like how did you find out? Like, what was your reaction?
Oh, last year, that was cool. Yeah, I thought that was neat.
I think, Justin, that wasn't the right way to do it. I don't think. Really, he had no recollection of it. That's hilarious.
No, that's not on him. That's not on him. That's on me. I don't remember. It's very rare for me to remember ball games or accolades or anything that I've gotten. It's one of those things that they teach you is to have a short-term memory, because especially in baseball, if you think about the last AB, if you struck out, then you're going to probably strike out again if it's a negative thing. So that's kind of carried over into life. There's like the stupidity like still lingering for me. If you were to bring up a game like Trev, you brought up the games against the College of Idaho. I just knew we played them. I didn't know what happened. I know one of our guys dropped down because he got a cramp in his hamstring. I didn't know we won. I don't remember. But yeah, I think when I did find out, I do remember when I found out though, Justin, and it was just a good time. It was cool to see the hard work pay off, and to get recognized. But I mean, my goal was just to win ball games and be around the guys and to go to a tournament, that helped us get there, but that wasn't necessarily the only thing I was shooting for that season.
Of course.
So this is the hardest part of planning for these interview questions later on, like when it's like later on in the interview, because it's like by the time the conversation is going to roll around to it eventually. And that's true here. So like the question was, what do you want to do with your career? But I mean, you've talked about it, like you do want to, go into, the high school teaching and do all of that. So is that what it is? Is there any hope of, doing anything more with baseball? Like, what's your feelings towards it?
I'm ready to hang up the cleats. I say that now. I know someday I'll say to myself, nah, I wish I played more. I mean, everyone does when they've played this game. You miss it. You miss the days of playing. I've been blessed with some really cool opportunities to play this game, to meet the people that I know. But I also know that baseball is not my identity. That's not, I play it. It's not who I am. I say this, and it's been reminded me a lot by my family. My identity's in Christ. And so if I were to get into a car accident tonight, lose any feeling in my arms and legs, I would be set. Like, I have 3 games left. Okay. I'm not playing them. Who cares? Like, I'm set for life. And so I'm ready. I love this season. I'm going to miss the guys more than I'm going to miss the game. Because I'm going to be around the game. I'm going to coach. Hopefully my kids will play in the long run, and I'll get to be with them through that. But yeah, I mean, or like come on awesome podcasts like this and talk about baseball. But yeah, it's just, there's going to be there's other seasons that I'm excited for. Would I love to get drafted? Oh, heck yeah. That'd be awesome. Am I going to? No. The only other team that I could play for this summer is the Everett Merchants. They're a team that plays out of Funko Field, and they're semi-pro. They play in the PIL, the Pacific International League. I played with them a couple seasons before, but I would only play with them if I'm going to continue my career, which I don't think I will as a player.
I like that. I like that quote about there's other seasons. I like that.
Massive respect to you for being, just fully open and honest about like there's more to life and more to who I am than just baseball. Like, I love that.
Yeah. So you just mentioned you're gonna miss the guys a whole bunch. What's been your favorite memory playing baseball? Like, yeah.
Again, I don't remember any of my own things that happened, but I do remember a lot of some of the things that happened to other guys. Here's a couple. JJ Fonlander, seeing him. There's a bug. JJ Fonlander, seeing him go and hit his first nuke of the season this year. Being able to see David Jorgensen in a game against George Fox last year. It's his like 3rd collegiate AB. He hits a 3-run homer or something crazy like that. And our entire team was like pulling our hats for him, like calling the shot, and he did it. He doesn't have pop, but he did it. Probably Hunter Dryden with a walk-off this year. That was cool to see. Probably Ryan Gross with a walk-off home run against Whitman to sweep or to win the series last year, I believe. No, 2 years ago. And then all the fun times on the bus rides, all the fun times in the hotel rooms, talking about ball, talking about life. I'm going to miss that the most. So yeah, those are my most favorite parts about baseball, is those times that it's brought.
Guys, we need to stop this whole interview thing. We need to stop the recording. We need to stop the podcast. We need to just do a Jaxsen memory session, because he remembers everything about everybody else. He remembers the game from all these people, what they did, how they did it. 3rd AB, like and you can't remember just anything. Oh boy.
I can't remember anything about myself. Short-term memory. It's a blessing and a curse.
That's what I call a great teammate. Remembering everyone else's achievements but not their own.
Yeah.
That's a good teammate. So like you've been saying, your career is probably on its back, and you have, like you said, probably 3 more games, and then you're probably gonna be hanging up the cleats. So if you had to give any advice for a younger player, like a high school baseball player, what would it be?
This is the thing that gets said all the time, and no one listens to it because they think it won't happen to them. But the game will tell you to stop eventually, and you're going to wonder, why did it go so fast? So take it in and make the most of it. But also, I'd have to say, don't make baseball your life. Because when that rug is pulled out from under you and it's not your decision, it's going to hurt and you won't know where to go. Make sure that you're playing baseball for a reason that isn't self-absorbed. It isn't, me, but you're doing it because of the guys that you love playing with. You're doing it because of the times that you have, everything surrounding it, the people you meet, the experiences, the highs and lows, the lessons that you learn about life. Don't take the game for granted. And what that means is don't take everything else that it will give you for granted. So that's what I would have to say.
Got your next career path. I got let me pitch you on this. Motivational speaker.
Oh man, that'd be fun, but I don't think I'd make a lot of money.
True.
Yeah. Not because not because motivational speakers don't make money. They make bank. It's just I don't know. We'll see.
So, let me say this. So I want to be a teacher. So I can say this. You're not making much more money teaching. Let's put it that way.
Oh, I know that, my guy. I know. Dang. I'm not doing it for the money either.
And that's exactly it. So one last one, looking back on the career. You just won whatever big game you want it to be. It's whatever hypothetical scenario or, past moment. How are you going to celebrate? How are you celebrating? Whether it's with the boys, are you celebrating on your own? Like, how is that? Like, what's that look like for you?
I'm going to celebrate with the boys.
Good choice.
I'm going to, in the moment, celebrate with them. When I have my own moment, going to go back, pray alone, give God glory, and then go back to celebrating. Because, what's the deal with celebrating alone? If you don't like each other, then of course you're going to be celebrating alone. But with baseball, you got to love the guys you go to war with, and that's with anything, not just baseball.
Now I'm going to go a little bit off topic here before I ask my final question, which I'm really excited for. Okay. But that reminds me of saying, I'm going to go celebrate with the boys. I don't know if Carson's ever told you, but I'm a huge NASCAR fan, and one of the drivers before a race a few weeks ago, he was saying, "Oh yeah, after the race, I'm going out on a date." And then he went and won the race, and he's getting interviewed after the race. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to go on the date anymore. I'm going to celebrate with my boys. Sorry." Yeah.
Wow, that guy probably didn't ever get a reschedule on his date.
I doubt it. He's making a pretty healthy chunk of change though, so who knows?
Yeah, that's but it's funny. Hard to find ladies.
Trevor,
you're telling me
that goes exactly against what Jaxsen just said. You don't do it for what comes with the sport.
Man, you got it.
Come on, Trevor. Listen.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Final question. I'm really excited.
Oh boy.
Now these two know about this. This doesn't have anything to do with baseball, but I'm wearing the shirt right now. Jaxsen and I have both been very active in Young Life in our community. I'm going to say 2 words. I want to hear the backstory behind them.
Okay.
Kangaroo Spaghetti. What does it mean? What is Kangaroo Spaghetti Club?
Are y'all trying to decode it? Like find the reason behind it right
I
now?
just want to know.
I have
why
nothing
you
to do
came
with
up
this. I have
Neither-
nothing to do with
Neither of
this.
them. have
Neither of
anything
us
to do
have
with
that
this. I
much
told him, I
knowledge
was
of
like,
it.
I need to ask him about Kangaroo Spaghetti Club. I need to know what
Well,
it's about.
I want to know. Does it still happen?
No, it doesn't, because there was a whole fiasco. I'll have to tell you privately, but it's been a tough couple of years for Young Life in the region, especially with COVID and everything.
Hey, don't worry about it. I'm coming back. We're changing that.
Let's go.
Anyways, Kangaroo Spaghetti Club. If no one's like speculate, if it's not like an urban legend of like what it is it an urban legend?
Kind of. We talk about it mostly among the leaders that are still there, like Colton and Nathan, and then obviously guys like Karsten and me who have heard a lot about it. We talk about it, but besides that, no one really knows about it.
It's gonna stay as an urban legend then. You'll never figure out what it is. You'll just know what it is, and you're gonna have to live with that until I'm on my deathbed.
When you come back, you have to do a second Kangaroo Spaghetti Club. I want to be able to experience
It's gonna be an annual thing. It will be Kangaroo Spaghetti Club will be an annual thing.
That
will not be disappointed.
There you go, Justin. There's our incentive. There's our incentive to join Young Life.
Do it. Join Young Life. I'm telling you, it's a great time. We went mini golfing last night. I finished last in my group, and the two people in my group beat me by 24 shots.
And then next year you'll be doing stuff with kangaroos and spaghetti. So
yeah. We
That's enough for me. I'm in.
Yeah. We talked about doing an entire Sprite club, like a club themed around Sprite, because JJ thought of like 2 games. And then he thought of this.
Is that one of them?
I don't know. There was one. It was like the Sprite and banana game where you have to drink a Sprite and eat a banana.
That makes you throw up.
He came up with like 3 just bizarre ideas for clubs. There's a Sprite club. There was brown paper bag club, because he thought like 3 games you could play with a brown paper bag, and then there was dead fish club.
What is it? I helped plan an entire club about kangaroos and spaghetti.
Huh?
And what are we doing?
Dead Fish Club is based off of one game he found out where you put like a piece of like string through a dead fish, and it goes like in the mouth and out the gill, and then you stick the string through your shirt, and everybody has to pass it like through their arm and up out their shirt and into the next person's arm.
You know what? That sounds terrible. But you know what?
Young Life is alive and well.
Here's another game that you could do. You have a hollow clear tube, and you fill it with water. Or sorry, not with water. You just fill it with a little bit of water. You put a goldfish in the middle. You have 2 people one person on one end, one person on the other end, and you just start blowing air.
I like it. I'm texting JJ.
And whoever eats the goldfish loses.
Is it a live goldfish?
It's alive.
Whoa! That can't be legal.
Hey, you can do what you want with the goldfish, man.
Sushi.
That is not legal.
No, it's entirely legal, and that's what makes it funnier.
We had a whole in-depth discussion during the planning about this of what kangaroo spaghetti was, and the other legend of let us turn up the beat, and the infamous video that is still on the Young Life's Instagram page.
I love that. Hey, I got a question for you 3 actually.
Oh no! Oh great. Okay,
this is good. This is where you guys get to like show your stuff a little bit. What is the future? What are the goals for this podcast series that you have?
Well,
it's be different for all 3 of us.
it's gonna be
perfect.
It's gonna be different.
Actually, Trevor, you should go first, because so Justin started this all of a long time ago. So
a long time. It was. That makes it sound
Justin,
ancient.
when you're 16, 3 years is nearly a quarter of your life. Think about that one.
That's crazy. No, but I mean, I'm the
Oh wow, that is crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah. I'm the newest one here. Also, if you haven't noticed, I have now gone through. This is my 6th hat of the episode.
Yeah, why?
Tommy does this almost
You're
every
taking-
episode where he wears a
And this
different
is
hat.
this is
so-
normal.
You're
I
taking
normally
Tommy's
do it.
bit.
So
You're
Yeah,
taking
it's
Tommy's
my bit
bit.
now. Yeah, no, but I'm the newest one here.
I mean, if you
and-
want to challenge the king, you are more than welcome to.
Oh no. Oh
Do
no.
it.
I can't wear my other hat because it's a Chief Wahoo hat, and I can't do that. But hold on. Let's see what Tommy has in store first. I don't know.
Oh,
what he's doing.
gonna
I'm
put-
kind of scared right
he's
now.
gonna
Have y'all
put you
been
in the
getting
ground.
have y'all been getting into the fitted hat game? Like, y'all been seeing that? Like
I've been
all the
seeing
fitted
them.
hats,
I
all
just-
the styles and stuff.
I like some of them. Karsten has that Braves hat that I actually really like. So I've seen a few that are pretty cool, but for the most part, I don't really like some of the designs. They do like some of those, like they have some interesting designs. And
I like the fitted hats. I'll be
Yeah.
right back.
are you
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
Blue Jays hat? He went to the Mariners Royals game with me last week and bought a Blue Jays hat for some reason.
Of course.
As you do. No, but I mean,
Yeah, don't you, Trevor?
I'm gonna throw on my favorite fitted hat. Hold on.
It's a Whitworth hat, $20.
I'm not gonna put the hats on because that's Tommy's thing,
I'm
but
gonna have
I'll
to put
show
this
them.
back on.
These are
Very
three
nice.
of my 4 favorite hats. I got this one at the Mariners game the other night. Blue Jays fitted.
That's dope. I like that.
It was on sale, so I got it. And then I got this one for Christmas last year, Cubs fitted.
Nice.
And then this one's one of my favorites. I got it at the Mariners home opener. It's the spring training trucker style fitted.
That was pretty sweet.
Oh, that is sick.
Yeah. These were the spring training hats this year. I love them because I like the trucker style, but I also like the fitted.
That's so cool.
I also have a Diamondbacks not fitted, trucker style, but it's not fitted. But
I
so I
like
didn't
it.
bring that one. But those are 3 of my favorite hats that I have, all fitted.
That's sick. I love that.
Yeah. Well,
I got D-backs, Twins, Mariners, Cubs, Tigers. Seattle Pilots. The Mariners did a theme with the Seattle Pilots.
I like it.
Rays, Brewers, and Orioles, and then Red Sox and Yankees. So,
all right. Well, to attempt to get back on topic for probably the 5th or 6th time tonight.
ooh, no fun.
Why do we have to be on topic?
I think I'm the newest one here, and this is going to give me a chance to plug my own writing, but I've been writing for GP's news site for a while.
Muted,
Bro,
muted, no.
You just published a CNT piece. Why don't you plug that?
Well, because I gotta plug my most popular article about the sticky stuff ban. That took me like 3 days to write. If you haven't read that, Justin, I'm telling you, go read it. That was one of my favorite.
I read it a while ago.
It was a good one.
think.
I name dropped Trevor. I name dropped Trevor Bauer talking about his stats, and I was really scared he was going to see it and he was going to tweet at me, even though I don't have Twitter. I thought he was going to find a way to talk smack because that's what he likes to do.
You just made a CNC blog.
A good
post.
article.
You
I
can't
wrote
see
it on
it.
my way home from
And you
school.
don't plug it. Come
Everybody
on.
go read my new CNT blog too. But I've been
Expert's
obviously-
Guide to Catching a Baseball at a Game.
You could probably use that information, Justin. But yeah, I've been writing for CNT and The Edge, and I really want to go into sports writing or sports broadcasting. So I'm hoping this gives you another platform to write about sports.
So, like Tommy said earlier, I started this 3 years ago in February. So, been a while. Been a chunk of my life. It started as every other week on a Thursday. Then it went to.
And you've done it on every single day. We don't have time
No,
to discuss
that's not
every
true.
day of the week.
That's
it's been
not
on.
true. It started out on Sundays, Saturdays, Thursdays, and Mondays. Those are it. Currently, it's just Mondays. Mondays is the clear-cut winner. And so, I want to be a broadcaster when I grow up. So I started the podcast, and then recently we started the blog. I've been writing articles for that, as well as I've just been trying to do as much as I can to gain as much experience to be a broadcaster.
And I'm kind of in a weird spot with it, in all honesty, because like I'm not trying to be a broadcaster, which makes it, really interesting thing. Like
Odd man out.
that's not my career goal. No, I want to be a teacher. I mean, like you. So I mean, I like this just because it's fun. I get to hang out with my friends. I got to talk to some of just some cool people, learn some fun life lessons, like I've learned more today, in terms of motivational speaking, in terms of, important life lessons and things to know than I have, in the past 2 weeks. So, I mean, it's just stuff like that's why I do it.
Right on. I dig it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the candid answers.
Wow.
And
we appreciate your candid answers.
Yeah, exactly.
Tommy, if you ever need to know about teaching stuff, hit me up because you got a little bit of a road ahead of you and it's going to be fun. So,
Yep. I appreciate it.
I wish I could give the same info to Justin and Trevor, but I'm not a sports broadcaster. So,
that's fine. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Really do appreciate it. Love doing the interviews.
Thanks for having me on. This has been an awesome time. I can't wait to see where this show goes. It's going to go great places.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see you around town sometime soon.
Yeah.
Oh, you will. With kangaroo and spaghetti.
I'll let you know in the.
He's going to be tearing the place up. This is going to be a problem.
Maybe we could go and watch GP smack around Jackson next year.
Yeah.
In baseball.
Totally didn't get swept this year. I don't want to talk about it.
Tom Hellman owns your poverty franchise.
Oh, he went there. He brought out the poverty franchise card.
That's funny.
Wow.
You're a Rockies fan, Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy, you don't even your pro team doesn't feel the pro team, son.
They have a better record than the Astros and the Cubs right now.
I'm gonna leave. I'm not having fun anymore.
So Jackson, you're a Mariners guy though, through and through. PNW Mariners guy.
Big fan of the Mariners. I've stuck with them all my life. It looks like they might have an okay season this year.
I think they'll be good.
We'll see. That's every year, Justin. It's every year in April.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just please make the playoffs. That's it.
I'm perfectly fine with getting a wild card as long as the good guys from the division.
Nah, no.
You guys cheated in no way, shape, or form.
So did the Yankees.
You guys, the good guys.
Everyone hates the Yankees also. So
yeah, that doesn't help your case.
I mean, the Red Sox are really the odd one out because no one really hates the Red Sox, even though it's been proven that they cheated.
Yeah, nobody ever talks about the Red Sox.
I don't like the Red Sox. I don't like them because my roommate will never shut up about them.
Not a big Red Sox guy. I mean, I have a Red Sox hat, but not really. I don't hate them, I guess. I just don't like them.
It's traumatic whenever Jackson hears the Red Sox. It's too many painful memories.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Justin, you want to lead us out here?
Thank you all for watching, and a big thanks to Jackson for coming on. It was a great time. Always love doing interviews, so big thank you for coming on.
Yep, and we'll see you guys next week. I have no idea what we're doing. We have no plans.
That's a problem for Monday afternoon after this goes out.
Look at Jackson, man. Look at those moves.
Whoa. Look at that.
Yeah.
Show off.
I can't do that.
Is this just a Jackson dance episode now?
Can we do that? Can we do a dancing outro?
Man,
I don't think that's a good idea.
If I knew this could be a dancing thing, we could have made it CNT, whatever, 178, I believe. CNT 178 dancing time.
Oh no.
I didn't know that was an option.
And on that note, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next week. Peace out.